Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say, Kalayim Layel, Bashim Yahshua, Bashim HaKakodash. And double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who do rule and teach well. And of course, honors to the brothers pushing the truth across the four corners with all sincerity. Taza Panya checking in with another video. We'll want to be edifying to the hopeful elect. Pretty much gonna get onto the topic of kind of about faith, and trusting in the Lord, man, trusting in the names, things like that. Just having faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. Having faith in these prophecies, which are the words of the Most High. You know what I mean? So on and so forth. Sirach chapter 2 and 10. Look at the generations of old. I might say verse 9. Yet fear the Lord, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy. Right? Absolutely. That's what we do. We pray. You know what I mean? Like you're supposed to pray before you leave your house. That your house is alright. That your house will be alright. Your house will be, safe. Pray that you will be safe before you leave. You know what I mean? Then that you'll be safe on your journeys, on your way to work, or whatever, and so on and so forth. Right? In general, man, we pray that we'll find salvation, and that will be, that will be all right in these coming times, man. Pray that we'll be in the right spirit. When Jacob's troubles in full swing, right? Like, like it's gonna be so bad. Like the scriptures called it. Like time like no other. It's gonna be really bad. So it's important to pray that you have the spirit to be, stable in those times. Be stable when you start pushing at MOTB. All right. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord was confounded, or did any abide in his fear was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise that call upon him? All right, so, if you follow the Lord, right, and you're sincere, and you're worshiping him, right, and keeping the commandments to the best of your ability, right, you worship him, and you worship Yahushai, right, Yahweh Yahushai, right, and you're, sincere, you fear the Lord, you know what I mean? Take heed to his men, right? The elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down, right? You take heed to his men, right? And you're watching the videos and so on and so forth, and you're yearning for that knowledge. You'll be alright, man. You just gotta have that faith and just hope, Lord willing, I'll be the hopeful elect, man. At that point, right? Because let's see. Put my charger. My point is that there's a reward, right? There's a reward for this. Ears have not heard. For him that love him, right? Something goes like eyes have not seen, ears have not heard. What the Most High has stored for them that love him. Yeah, that's a good one. For the eyes of the Lord upon him that love him. He is a mighty protection, strong stay, defense from the heat, and a cover from the sun at noon, a preservation from stumbling, and a help from falling. Right? The angels, camp about. Those that fear the Lord. Alright, so here it is. Isaiah 64 and 4. For since the beginning of the world, men have not heard, nor perceived by the ear, neither hath the eye seen, O power beside thee, we have prepared for them that waited for him. Yeah, so that's what Isaiah 16, 1 Corinthians 2 and 9 is quoting. If I'm not mistaken, I think Isaiah might be the most quoted out of the New Testament, but don't don't fact check. You do fact check me on that. Don't take that as word. You know what I mean? Fact check me. All right, but like yeah, um, there's a reward waiting at the end of all this. You know what I mean? And we're not gonna just be out here pushing this truth, and then Jacob Trouble come down, and then it's just like, it's this, we just gonna, you know what I mean, get, you know, just just get fucked over pretty much. No, I mean, it's not gonna be easy. You just gotta pray that the Lord will have a way, make a way for you that you'll be okay. All right, but you have faith in Him, and you just endure, man. The Lord will make a way for you. You'll be all right. You know, um, you gotta have faith in that, man. All right. When if you have a wife, your wife is like, oh, let's just take this thing. Let's take the MOTB. We'll be all right. You know, don't listen to her, man. If she wanna go take it, and just let her go take it. So this is the book of Revelation 22 and 12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. Exactly. Right? Yahushua is coming quickly, and his reward is with him. Right? The kingdom. Right? The new bodies, man. Being perfect, being of one mind with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Being, have laws in our inward parts. We don't gotta teach each other. Just be perfect, man. The sun beautiful. Right? We'll be able to keep the commandments perfectly. And we'll have these heathen in subjection. We don't gotta serve them no more. We don't have to wake up 5, 6, 7 a.m. to go to these damn devil's people's office, or go to their jobs, or go to their warehouse, to go work fucking 8-hour shifts for these people. Get meager, accrual of PTO or ALV or SLD, sick leave or annual leave, ALV, or what the fuck else is it? PTO. I think some jobs, I think they call it different things. Some will just call your annual time and your sick time. But either way, it's just, yeah, we just gotta get up out of here, man. Alright, so this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, and verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding. Yeah, trust in the Lord with all your heart, your mind, and your spirit. Lean not unto thy own understanding, right? Yeah, don't lean unto, the carnality, right? Man, I want to make this money, or I want to do this, or I want to do that. Scriptures talk about, contentment. Nothing wrong with, striving to get yourself better if you're not financially stable, or, maybe you live with your parents and you don't want to live with them anymore. You want to be financially independent. There's nothing wrong with that, striving for that. Speaking to myself first and foremost, right? There's a problem when you make such things your whole goal. Now you don't trust in the Lord. Now you're trusting in following after money. You know what I mean? When, if you always wanted advice, shit, you could always turn to the body, and just be like, how do I do this? You could always ask for advice or whatever. If you come over to the other side, but brothers even give advice anyway, like in videos, like, hey, you should do this. If you're hurting for cash, you could do Uber Eats. So there's a way, there's a way. Even if you gotta do a job, we gotta take a test or something, man. Like, you can balance and manage your time where you can still, serve the Lord, man. You know what I mean? Don't let these damn jobs take up all your time and everything. Because at the end of the day, when this place gets nuked, yo, okay, even before this place gets nuked, like Jacob's Trouble, yo, your job is, they're gonna block it by the MOTB. You're guaranteed termination. There's really no point in trying to like making that your whole like life and turning away from the Lord. It makes, don't do that. All right, don't do that. So I'm gonna let it be that. Lord, edify and say shalom.